Good morning and welcome to The Brief. Here's a look at your trending stories this morning. President to attend a UN conference on climate change in France. Presidential Commission launches inquiry into Saxatos employee receiving a ministerial appointment. Former President criticizes the 2016 budget. President Maithripala Sirisena, who participated in the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting held in Malta, left for France to attend the United Nations Conference on Climate Change 2015.
President Maithripala Sirisena, who participated in the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting held in Malta, left for France to attend the United Nations Conference on Climate Change 2015.
The United Nations Conference on Climate Change is scheduled to commence in the city of Le Bourget in France tomorrow, which is around 15 kilometers off the country's capital, Paris. The conference will see the participation of several heads of state, including US President Barack Obama and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Delegations of 183 of the 195 UN member states are scheduled to attend this conference. Security in the country has been tightened ahead of the conference in light of the terror attacks in Paris around 2 weeks ago. The conference this time around will focus on addressing severe issues surrounding the rise in global temperatures, melting of glaciers, rising sea levels and the rising carbon dioxide emissions, and on implementing practical measures to tackle these issues by crafting a long-term deal at the international level. President Maithripala Sirisena and Venerable Athuraliye Ratanathero will attend the conference as representatives of Sri Lanka. Newsfirst is standing by to bring you the details of the conference from France.
Newsfirst වෙනුවෙන් තොරතුරු ගෙන එන්නට සූදානම්. අමරෝෂාන් ප්‍රියවට්ටවල Newsfirst වෙනුවෙන් පැරිසියේ සිට.
The Presidential Commission of Inquiry into Serious Acts of Large-Scale Corruption and Fraud says that it has learnt of the appointment of a high-ranking officer who was charged with misappropriation of funds at the Laksatasa as an advisor to the Minister of Industry and Commerce.
A number of high-ranking officials of Laksatasa have been charged with financial irregularities. Secretary to the Presidential Commission of Inquiry into Large-Scale Corruption and Fraud, Lassel De Silva, said that its investigations had proven that the officers were guilty of the charges. Measures were taken to relieve them of their duties at Laksatasa. However, one of the charged high-ranking officials has been reappointed to the post of an advisor at the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. We had recommended that 13 officials be removed from the institution. Thereafter, the Public Services Commission had taken the necessary steps to remove the officers who were involved. However, it has now been reported that one of the officers who were involved in the financial fraud at Satosa has been appointed to a position at the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. If this is true, then we will take measures to summon them before the Commission once again. We are in a gradual process of creating an example to the state service to do the right thing and bring in the right practices.
Speaking at a meeting held at the Abhayaramaya, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa commented on the 2016 budget.
මේ අයවැය ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයේ මතවාදී සමග කොහෙත්ම පෑහෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලායි මම විශ්වාස කරනවා.
I believe that this budget is not at all compatible with the ideology of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. It is my belief that such unbridled privatization has no place in the SLFP or the progressive forces in the United People's Freedom Alliance. Foreigners have been given major concessions while our people have been burdened without them even realizing it. This has become a game. They suddenly increase prices and suddenly reduce it. Some ministers claim that they have been allocated a certain amount of funds, and we have to peruse the budget to see if this is the case. It is not. When we question them about this, they say that both parties have discussed it and reached a settlement. This means that they are having discussions outside the budget process involving transactions of millions of rupees. This is a joke. It is clear that the government intends to increase its non-tax revenue for 2016 by 300% by selling off all of the state's assets. I believe that it is exceedingly possible that the estimated revenue will not be met given the economic decline witnessed this year. When they do not receive the expected revenue, they will have to cut down on expenditure. Expenditure like wages will have to be paid somehow, so what will be curtailed is capital expenditure. Slashing capital expenditure means pulling money out of all development and construction projects. They have presented a popular face by lowering income tax and reducing the prices of gas, dried fish and other food items, but I do not know if this has actually happened. In my opinion, this will pull the whole country backwards.
ජනප්‍රියවාදී මුහුණුවරක් පෙන්නලා තියෙනවා.
Well, that's a wrap of the brief for today. For the News First team, I'm Arundhati Mudannayaka reminding you to stay brief.